Hello, English learners and practitioners. How about learning and practicing English while learning about the tastiest sweets from various countries? In today's episode, you'll hear a conversation between Luke and Sarah, two people passionate about sweets and travel. They share their experiences with the most famous sweets from Italy, the Netherlands, Germany, Brazil, and several other countries. It's unmissable. Get ready. We're about to begin. Let's go.
Luke, it's so good to see you. This confectionery is lovely, isn't it? Just look at that display case full of wonderful sweets. It reminds me of all the treats I've tried on my travels. Do you also like to try local sweets when you travel?
What a coincidence! I was thinking the same thing. I love trying local sweets wherever I travel. It's one of the best ways to experience the local culture, don't you think? I remember so many incredible experiences. Where would you like to start?
Well, one of my most memorable trips was to Italy. In Rome, I had the best tiramisu of my life. Those layers of coffee-soaked biscuits, alternating with mascarpone cream, simply divine. And in Naples, I tried sfogliatella. Have you tried it?
Sfogliatella. I don't remember that one. What's it like?
It's a shell-shaped pastry made with crispy puff pastry and filled with ricotta, semolina, and candied fruits. It's an explosion of textures and flavors. Thinking of textures, I remembered my trip to Japan. In Tokyo, I tried mochi. Do you know it?
Oh yes. Those glutinous rice balls, right? I tried some in Kyoto, but I have to admit, the texture was a bit strange at first. How was your experience?
First, I found it strange too, but I ended up loving it. Especially defuku, which is a filled mochi. I tried one with azuki bean paste that was delicious. But what really won me over was dorayaki. They're like pancakes filled with bean paste. Simply irresistible.
Sounds great. Now you've made me curious to go back to Japan and try more varieties. Speaking of varieties, let me tell you about my experience in Belgium. In Brussels, I was amazed by the chocolates. Did you know they have over 2,000 chocolate shops in the country?
Really? That's paradise for chocolate lovers. What was your favorite?
It's hard to choose, but the pralines won me over. They're chocolates with a thin shell and a soft filling, usually cream or fruit. And Belgian waffles? Delicious! Especially in Liège, where I tried the authentic Liège waffle, denser and caramelized.
Oh my God, Luke. You're making my mouth water. Thinking of waffles, that reminds me of my trip to Holland. In Amsterdam, I tried stroopwafel. Do you know it?
Stroopwafel? The name is intriguing. What's it like?
They're two thin, crispy waffles with a caramel filling in the middle. Trick is to place it over a cup of hot coffee so that the caramel melts slightly. Simply divine. And in Rotterdam, I tried tompoes, a puff pastry dessert with vanilla cream and pink icing on top.
Sounds delicious. The Dutch really know how to make amazing desserts. That reminds me of my trip to Spain. In Barcelona, I got hooked on churros con chocolate. Have you tried them?
Course. I love churros. How were the ones you tried in Barcelona?
They were perfect. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and the hot chocolate for dipping was thick and rich. But what really surprised me was the crema catalana in a small restaurant in Girona. It's similar to French crème brûlée, but with a touch of cinnamon and lemon zest. The caramelized sugar layer on top was simply perfect.
That makes me want to go back to Spain immediately. Thinking of creamy desserts, I tried something incredible in Germany. In Berlin, I tried Rotgrütze. It's a red fruit dessert with vanilla sauce. Light and refreshing.
Sounds great for summer. What else did you try in Germany?
In Munich, I fell in love with Apfelstrudel. It's an apple pie with puff pastry filled with apples, raisins, and cinnamon. Served hot with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. It's enough to make anyone sigh.
You're making me want to go back to Germany just to try these delicacies. Speaking of fruit desserts, let me tell you about my experience in Sweden. In Stockholm, I tried semla. It's a type of sweet bun filled with almond paste and whipped cream. Traditionally, it's served before Lent.
Semla? I've never heard of it. What's the texture like?
It's like a soft, fluffy bun with a creamy filling. But what really won me over was the kanelbullar, which are the famous Swedish cinnamon rolls. They're less sweet than American ones and have a touch of cardamom. Perfect with coffee.
Sounds delicious. I love cinnamon in sweets. That reminds me of my trip to Brazil. In Sao Paulo, I tried quindim. It's a dessert made with egg yolks, coconut, and sugar. It has a creamy texture and an intense flavor. Have you ever tried it?
Quindim. The name sounds as fun as it seems delicious. I've never tried it, but now I'm curious. What else did you try in Brazil?
In Salvador, Bahia, I tried acarage. Although it's more of a savory dish, some versions are served with a sweet sugar and ginger syrup that's simply divine. And in Rio de Janeiro, I fell in love with brigadeiro. They're small chocolate truffles, very popular at parties.
Brigadeiro. I've heard of it, but never had the chance to try it. What's it exactly like?
It's made with condensed milk, cocoa powder, and butter. After cooking, the mixture is rolled into small balls and covered with chocolate sprinkles. It's incredibly sweet and addictive. Speaking of addictive sweets, what did you think of the desserts in Argentina?
Argentina. In Buenos Aires, I was fascinated by the alfajor. They're two soft cookies joined by dulce de leche and covered in chocolate. Argentine dulce de leche is simply incredible. Have you tried it?
Yes, I love alfajors. And I agree, Argentine dulce de leche is incomparable. What else did you try there?
In Mendoza, I tried rogel, which is a cake with several thin layers of pastry interspersed with dulce de leche and covered with meringue. It's an explosion of flavors and textures. And in Cordoba, I tried the famous collations, which are small peanut candies covered in sugar.
Wow, Luke. You really enjoyed Argentina's sweet cuisine. Now I want to visit the country just to try these sweets. Speaking of fascinating places, have you been to Morocco?
Yes, and it was an incredible experience for the taste buds. In Marrakesh, I was enchanted by the variety of almond and date-based sweets. The most memorable was mhancha, also known as the almond snake. It's a roll of phyllo pastry filled with almond paste, cinnamon, and orange blossom water.
Mhancha? What an interesting name. And is the flavor as intriguing as the name?
Absolutely. It's a perfect combination of textures and aromas. The pastry is crispy, the filling is soft and fragrant. In Fez, I tried Cob el Ghazal, which means gazelle horns. They're small crescent-shaped pastries filled with almond paste and dusted with powdered sugar.
Sounds delicious. And so different from the sweets we're used to. What else did you try in Morocco?
In Casablanca, I tried chebekia, which are flower-shaped fried cookies, soaked in honey and sprinkled with sesame seeds. They're traditionally served during Ramadan. And I can't forget to mention Moroccan baklava, which is slightly different from Turkish or Greek, with more nuts and local honey.
Wow, Luke. Your experiences in Morocco seem to have been incredible. Now I'm curious to visit and try all these exotic sweets. It's fascinating how each country has its own tradition of sweets, isn't it?
Absolutely. Sarah, it's one of the best parts of traveling, in my opinion. Each sweet tells a story about the local culture and traditions. Speaking of which country surprised you the most in terms of sweets?
It's hard to choose just one, but I think Japan surprised me a lot. The delicacy and presentation of Japanese sweets are unparalleled. And you, which country impressed you the most?
For me, it was definitely Belgium. The variety and quality of chocolates amazed me. But I have to say, after hearing about your experiences, I'm eager to explore more of Brazil's and Holland's sweet cuisines.
And I can't wait to visit Argentina and Morocco after hearing your stories. How about we plan our next trip focused on trying sweets around the world?
I love the idea, Sarah. Where should we start? Maybe a sweet tour through Europe, passing through Belgium, Holland, and Germany?
Perfect. And then we can make a route through South America, passing through Brazil and Argentina. Maybe we'll finish with a sweet adventure in Morocco?
That sounds like the perfect plan. I can't wait to embark on this sugary journey around the world with you, Sarah. Shall we toast to that with another piece of this delicious cake?
Absolutely, Luke. To our future gastronomic adventure and all the wonderful sweets we have yet to discover together.
Wow, I don't know about you, but my mouth is watering from hearing about all these wonderful sweets. Take the opportunity to comment with the name of your favorite sweet so you can practice your English right away. Now, let's highlight 3 words used in the dialogue to expand your vocabulary. Here we go. First word, itinerary. Meaning, a detailed plan for a journey, film, play, or other event, indicating the sequence of actions or places to be visited. Sentence from the dialogue. Sarah suggested, how about planning our next trip focused on trying sweets around the world? We can create an itinerary passing through various countries. Second word, Lent. Meaning, a period of 40 days preceding Easter in the Christian calendar, traditionally dedicated to penance and spiritual reflection. Sentence from the dialogue. Luke explained, in Stockholm, I tried semla. It's a type of sweet bun filled with almond paste and whipped cream. Traditionally, it's served before Lent. Third word, crispy. Meaning, producing a characteristic sound when bitten or broken, having a hard and brittle texture. Sentence from the dialogue. Sarah described, the stroopwafel are too thin, crispy waffles with a caramel filling in the middle. The crispy texture contrasts perfectly with the soft caramel. Well, stay tuned till the end of the video as we'll leave suggestions for other podcasts here on the screen to help you accelerate your English learning. If this content was useful to you, take the opportunity to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and write in the comments about what kind of topics you want us to make videos about to help you learn English. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next videos.